What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, we've got a couple cards we need to be looking at for the Digimon TCG, and although the artwork is lovely, the effects are going to be rather frustrating. Having said that, that might be exactly the kind of thing you're looking for, in which case, wonderful news! So let's start off having a little bit of a look at a yellow Wizardmon. This is interesting, of course, because we've only seen Wizardmon once before, and Wizardmon came through as a purple Digimon in BT2. Well, Wizardmon's back, but he's gone all yellow-bellied. Yellow all over, to be honest with you. Now, if we take a little bit of a look at the stats here, what we got is a 4 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 4,000 power, which is all fairly standard, honestly, when we're looking at a level 4. And does happen to be the exact same stats we saw when he was a purple one last time. So that's all fine. Nothing particularly interesting or exciting. It's just kind of there. But we do have a rather lovely skill here. And it reads, during your turn, once per turn, when your security is reduced, gain a memory. Gain a memory when your security is reduced. Cool. Absolutely cool. I like this very much indeed, because the fact of the matter is, this is a yellow Digimon, and we have plenty of examples of yellow Digimon that will reduce your memory. Now, one of the ones we see played quite a bit is the TK Takaishi from Booster 1.0. This is one that we see in a bunch of yellow decks. And this has got a skill whereby when you play, you look at your security, find a card in it, add it to your hand. If it's yellow, trigger recovery 1. So you don't actually end up with fewer security. You essentially get to grab a yellow card from your security and then replace it. Now, this has led to a fairly, I think, reasonable question of, well, hang on a second, what's the ruling here? Do you get to gain a memory when you play TK Takaishi, given that you take a security card but then replace it, so you have taken one, but you don't have fewer remaining? And the answer is yes. There has already been an official FAQ over in Japan referring to Hikari, that is a purple tamer we saw, Chikurimon, as we would call her, and it has been confirmed officially that it does work with Chikurimon, and this is the same kind of effect. When your security is reduced, you may suspend this tamer to gain a memory. Given that we've already had an official ruling on a very similar card, that should be your first port of call. I've seen a whole bunch of people trying to essentially work it out and compare it to other card games, and that's not how we do things. If you want to know about a card game, look at rulings from that card game. The ruling we've seen on Chikurimon here should absolutely stand by for Wizardmon, so the answer is yes, it would work. And the fact of the matter is, this is a phenomenal skill that is going to help a whole bunch of yellow decks. Because although it's limited to once during your turn, it does stack. So if you've got 4 Digimon that have Digivolved from yellow Wizardmon, then you get 4 memory when it happens. So you could potentially play TK Takaishi, grab a card from your security, replace it, gain 4 memory, and you have essentially played it for free. We can look at the new Pulsemon, which is coming along. Now, I am a big fan of the new Pulsemon. The new Pulsemon, to me, is an extremely interesting card. But when you play it, you go down to free security, gaining 1 memory for each one you have trashed. Well, now you gain an extra memory if you've got a Wizardmon, and in fact, you will gain an extra memory per Wizardmon, which seems pretty gosh darn good to me. And the fact of the matter is, this is the kind of thing that yellow decks do. Yellow decks do reduce their own security, like we've seen on Pulsemon, like we've seen on TK Takaishi, for various reasons. And this is clearly a very good thing. Lotmon is another example of a card we see seeing quite a bunch of play over in these yellow decks, because, well, it's awesome. Lotmon, when you play it, you may look at the top card of your security, and you can add it to your hand to draw a card. Well, now you add it to your hand and draw a card. Oh, wait, It's your turn, your security has been reduced, now you get to go and gain yourself a memory. It's not quite the same as Chikurimon. Remember, Chikurimon is on all turns when a card is removed from the security stack. This is only on your turn, so we are talking about those things like TK Takaishi, like Pulsemon, like Lopmon, these skills that you're playing to reduce your own security. But the fact of the matter is, that is the kind of thing that yellow does, and we see these cards seeing play in a bunch of yellow decks. And if we're already playing these cards that are going to reduce our security, are you honestly telling me we're not going to play a Digimon that gives you extra memory when your security is reduced? I refuse to believe that, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. And I referred to it as frustrating at the beginning of the video because it's going to be kind of frustrating for your opponent because they're going to see your security stack reducing, but then they're going to see you just massively taking advantage of it. That's not going to be fun for them. I'm giving this 4 Wassies because I really do think this is a kind of inheritable skill that a whole bunch of people are going to want to use. But there is another Digimon that has just gone and been revealed today. It is Chikurimon. Let's go for that. And it's a little black Digimon that could be really fun, but don't step on it. Honestly, that artwork is making me feel a little bit antsy. It's horrible. Well drawn, but man, it makes me feel nervous. What we got is a free cost to play, 0 cost to Digivolve, 1000 power Digimon, which is your standard, hey, it's a Digimon with a really good skill stats. Decent skill, 2000 power, good skill, 1000 power. Is it a good skill? Well, firstly, it is a security Digimon, but it is nothing like a security Digimon we've ever seen before. You see, every security Digimon we've seen up till now has been when it comes out as a security card you play it, something like Angliamon. And we have seen other Digimon that have other skills as well. That's not what this does. Security. At the end of the battle, choose one of your opponent's Digimon and De-Digivolve one. Now, this translation of Mensan Gaming seems to be complete, and we've not seen anything to suggest the contrary. So what that basically means is you don't actually play it as a security Digimon, which makes it very, very different to the other security Digimon we've seen. And okay, fine, that's a little bit sad, but I don't really care, because this is a great, great skill. Because De-Digivolve 1 is awesome. For those that don't remember, it means that you trash the top card of one of your opponent's Digimon. So you take a level 6 down to a level 5, a level 4 down to a level 3, whatever. And bearing in mind, the whole point of Digimon is that you are Digivolving up to higher and higher levels to gain more and more advantages. If you're turning around and stopping your opponent doing that, if you are getting rid of the Digimon that they're trying to Digivolve up, you see where we're going with this? If they wanted a level 6, they wouldn't have Digivolved into a level 7. If they wanted the level 5, they wouldn't have Digivolved into the level 6. The fact that they do should be proof enough that this is going to be a really, really fun skill. The thing is, you don't play it for free, and the thing is, I don't care. Because you see, when I first saw cards like Angliamon, my problem with it was that if it didn't come out as a security card, it was trash. 5-2-4000 is not good stats for a level 4, and if it doesn't come out as a security card, it's a vanilla card. So you got a vanilla card with pretty bad stats, so you only wanted to play it as a security card. Incidentally, yellow now do have a bunch of cards that let you essentially fix the top card of your deck, which makes cards like this way better because you know it's coming out as a security. Outside of that, I don't like them, but that's fine. That is not the case here. Free cost to play normally is standard, 0 cost to Digivolve is standard, and okay, fine, 1000 power is terrible, but there's a billion level 3s out there that have low power, and all you're doing is Digivolving through them, and that's fine. Sure, you could have an inheritable skill instead, but the fact of the matter is you're just going to Digivolve through this. It's a 0 cost to Digivolve, you're fine. Yes, obviously, you could swap this out for a Digimon that didn't have a security skill but had something better, and I'm cool with that. But the fact of the matter is you've got a really good security skill here, and you're not really giving much up other than maybe an inheritable skill on the level 3, you're going to Digivolve through it and it will be fine. If you are playing this, essentially, your opponent attacks. They hit it as a security card, and you can then look at their side of the field and go, oh, I think you're going to attack with that Digimon next turn, that really impressive Omnimon, and then you're going to make yourself active, and then you're going to attack again. You're going to De-Digivolve it down to a level 6. And you're still attacking with the level 6, but all of a sudden you're not attacking with the Omnimon and making yourself active, and that's kind of my point here, ladies and gentlemen. I adore it. I think a bunch of people are going to find space for this in their decks. I'm giving it 4 Wassies. I am a fan, and I could see 4 Wassies being a very miserly score. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.